Hello and welcome back to our Advent series of videos from the parish of St Joseph and St Margaret Clitherow in Bracknell here in the UK. And today, being the second week of Advent, we have a theme of peace. And with that in mind, I'm really happy to introduce today's chat with Bill Taylor. And Bill, a lot of the parish will know who you are and what you do, but would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Mike. Yes, I'm Bill Taylor. I've taken over as Director of Justice, Peace and Social Responsibility for the parish on the senior leadership team. And I've been in the job for about 6 months now.
Fantastic. And this theme of peace, I mean, justice, peace and social responsibility, that's a lot. What does that entail?
I don't think enough people in the world have enough peace in their lives. Around the world there are people who are affected by war, drought, the pandemic and so on, and they are not managing their lives very well. And as a result, they don't have peace. I'm sure they wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning worrying about something. So there's not enough peace, I don't think. That probably follows on from the lack of social responsibility among the rest of us, not making sure that everybody else is at peace. And therefore there's no justice. So I think there is a link between the justice, peace and social responsibility. But the fundamental problem, I think, is that there's not enough people living in peace in the world.
Yeah, and that's, with this theme of peace for our second week of Advent, it comes home really because, this video series is maybe challenging us a little bit around reflecting on these things and then I guess asking the question around what can we do, because we of course want to wish peace and then help those all around the world. So we have chosen a number of charities that we want to highlight and just bring to the front for people, and I guess maybe some ideas on what we can actually do to help this agenda. So what's a charity that maybe you would like to just re-highlight for people just during this week of Advent?
Well, Cafod is, I think, a fairly obvious one. The OD stands for Overseas Development, and Cafod are trying to help people overseas. And as I've said, a lot of people living with problems. Cafod have a local expert who is embedded in a community somewhere and understands the issues that that community has, and therefore how our donations might help. So they come up with a plan to help people, and we do the rest by donating. There's not much we can do for these people because they're overseas, but we can at least donate. There was one example earlier this year, our Lent appeal. Abdullah lives in Ethiopia and he has to walk an awful long way for water. He leads a couple of donkeys, each with 20 litres of water on their backs, for a couple of hours each way, and that's his morning gone basically. So Cafod spotted that a water pump and a solar panel would help Abdullah, and that's what they've done. So Abdullah's life is a little bit easier than it was. It's not perfect, I'm sure, but it is easier now than what he had before, and that's the sort of thing that Cafod are trying to do around the world.
Yeah, and of course as we go through this Advent period of reflection and prayer and giving, we talk about in the parish around giving our time and our talent and our treasure, those 3 T's. And I suppose with Cafod, there is a need for treasure in order to build things like a water pump and a solar panel. So if it's something that maybe, during this week of Advent, looking at peace and thinking about, well, what can I actually do? Where can I give? If I want to give money to help in that situation, what's the easiest way to give to Cafod?
Well, Cafod have a website.
Okay.
Cafod.org, I believe it is, and there's an awful lot going on that website. There's always a problem somewhere in the world. Cafod are always asking for help. So go to the Cafod website and find some help that you would like to give. There may be some particular area that grabs you, so give a donation to that particular area. And if you can do get the tax back for them, I forgot what it's called.
Gift aid?
Gift aid. If you can do the gift aid, that's even better. They get 20% on top of that. So go to the Cafod website, have a browse and try and find some appeal that they're making and donate to that.
Yeah, and actually the Cafod website is, as you say, it's full of loads of really interesting stuff, and I think obviously we can give our treasure, and that's a simple thing that we can do, and it has a huge impact, like you say, Bill, just by donating, so that is definitely worth going to. When it comes to maybe us reflecting on our lives and the time that we allocate. One of the things that I saw on the website was the Live Simply campaign, and I know that's something close to your heart. So maybe is that worth just quickly touching on as well?
It is. About 5 years ago, Pope Francis wrote his encyclical, Live Simply to Simply Live. And the idea is that we tone down our consumption of energy and CO2 therefore, so that other people in the world are not overwhelmed by the changing climate. So it's an action on us to do something. And there's quite a lot we can do. As part of the Cafod website, there is a list of 100 ideas of things that we can do. Some of them we're already doing without realising it. For example, at the beginning of this year, Bracknell Forest Council started collecting food waste. That's on the list of 100 ideas on the Cafod website, but we're already doing that. There are other things that are not being done yet, but we can do. So if we could have a look at the Live Simply list of 100 ideas and find something to do for Lent. Some of them involve us changing the ways we do things. Some of them involve things, we stop doing things now. Some of the things we want to try and do in the future. So there are a list of things on that list of 100 ideas. And the idea is that we have a little think about what we're doing to the climate, what we're doing to the atmosphere rather, how we're affecting the climate, and to try to stop that by adopting some of these ideas.
Yeah, and I really love them because they're so easy to do. They're very, very tactical almost, aren't they? So there are 100. I think we'd aspire to do 100, and why not? But you know, even if today is the moment you start to look at the list and maybe make one of those small changes, it has a huge impact. So that's, I think, a really good step. And I think what we'll do is we'll put the list on our website and maybe link it from the video as well, so that it's easy to have a look. But it is all on the Cafod website, as you said. The other thing as well, which you know we're thinking about as we walk through Advent together, is reflection. And you know, it's good to reflect on these things. And the other thing that I found on the Cafod website is their Advent calendar. So it's not too late actually to sign up for that. They do send daily reflections, which I think are really valuable as well. So it's definitely worth going to the Cafod website and having a look. Donate, have a look at the Live Simply list, and maybe sign up for those reflections as well. That's really great, and I know Cafod will appreciate everything that we can do as a parish, as ever. We do also do things during Lent and Harvest Sunday as well. There are a variety of initiatives that they do through the year, so definitely something for all of us to consider as we continue to walk together on this. So look, thank you, Bill, for your time. It's great to be able to talk to you today, and on behalf of the parish, thank you for everything that you do. Okay. And no doubt we'll do a future video about all of the fantastic things you do for justice, peace and social responsibility. It's such a huge area, important area for us as a parish. And well, there'll be more videos coming, so do tune in. We'll keep posting as we walk through Advent together. But thank you for tuning in today, and please head to Cafod to see what you can do. But thanks again.